I would not start tearing into everything too quickly. When you hire a public adjuster, I know by the time you hire a public adjuster, most of the time people don't even know you can hire your own adjuster, and then they get into a situation where the carrier's not taking care of them, and they're like, what do I do? And then somebody, a friend or family says, you need to hire a public adjuster. So,
and our next question comes from Facebook. They would like to know, how soon can I start repairs after I hire a public adjuster?
That's a great question. Yeah, I would not start tearing into everything too quickly. When you hire a public adjuster, I know by the time you hire a public adjuster, most of the time people don't even know you can hire your own adjuster, and then they get into a situation where the carrier's not taking care of them, and they're like, what do I do? And then somebody, a friend or family says, you need to hire a public adjuster. So most of the time, by the time a public adjuster is hired, you're already, the claim's already festered a little bit, and it's already kind of aggravating, and you're ready to get repairs done on your property, whether it's a commercial property or a residential or your house or whatever. My advice is pump the brakes just a little bit, be a little bit patient, give the public adjuster enough time to do you right, because he may get you plenty enough funds to do all the repairs properly, whereas you weren't getting that initially. That's why you hired him. Now, what that means in time is actual time. Depending on the claim, I would say give them enough time for the public adjuster to come out and scope the loss properly, his company or her company's firm to come out and scope the loss properly, get good, proper documentation. Then they're going to submit that to the carrier. The carrier's probably, once the carrier gets hit with solid documentation, the carrier usually responds by saying, oh, wow, let us look at this again. So they're going to come out and look at it again, or they may even send out an engineer to look at it again, or both. Sometimes the adjuster comes back out from the carrier and then meets with the public adjuster, and the public adjuster points out all these things that are covered and reasons why the carrier has to pay more. And then the carrier may say, okay, we're going to send in an engineer. So it may be both inspections, the adjuster and the engineer from the carrier before you can start repairs. But once you get everybody's looked at it that wants to look at it, once the adjusters looked at it, the engineers looked at it, obviously the public adjusters looked at it, everybody's looked at it, then there's no need to look at it anymore. You can usually at that point go ahead, and the public adjuster will guide you on this, but usually after everybody's looked at it and the documentation's taken place, you can start repairs even if you haven't got the money approved yet from the carrier. You may want to start repairs and then wait for the public adjuster to get the coverage from the carrier, or if it has to go to litigation, wait for that to happen. But before you do the repairs, everybody's got to document it very well. So that's what I would say. The question was, when can I start repairs? And I would say after all documentation has taken place, because the last thing you want to do is go in and repair something, and then they come back and say, oh, we didn't get to see that, so therefore we don't have to cover it, so.
Mm-hmm. And I always try to, you may not be able to do a repair. So I know that one thing we should address is an emergency repair because of preventing further damage.
Of course.
You may have to do that because you definitely don't want to continue to have that damage escalate, especially after we've already viewed it once and then they come out and they're saying, well, this wasn't here before.
Yeah, definitely you have to, the policy requires that you take measures to prevent further damage. So any kind of tarping or fixing the leaking pipe or the water heater or anything like that, you have to take those measures per the policy requirements. But that's not, that's probably, I was thinking the question was driven more towards when can I fix my house back?
Yes, absolutely.
So, or my business back. Hey everybody, it's Big Van, and if you'd like to watch our show live, then you must subscribe and follow so it alerts you when we're on the air. Don't forget, if you or someone you know has a property insurance claim, hire your own adjuster by calling FATOX so we can handle the claim for you. We get you more and it costs you less. Be sure to check out the links below for more information and some very cool products, and we can't wait to see you and your questions and comments on the next live Ask the Ox show.